The fact and the point that the George Floyd thing, this is my last clip to the video. Besides the fact that I told y'all that those KKKs are deep in the goddamn police force. Some people get, if a white person call you chunky monkey or calling you, what's up monkey, they're being racist. I couldn't stress this enough before this video closed out because I've been trying to get this video together, pull it up. There are KKKs in the police force, and a lot of us people don't see it because they look at it as a good Samaritan cop. I got locked up one time for domestic violence, and I experienced it. And these two white cops came in my house. It was the white woman. I could tell she wasn't racist, but the white cop, when he came in my apartment, and I was living in the city in D.C., he locked my black ass up. And I was locked up for a domestic violence dispute that I beat somebody's ass. And the woman, she was white. She didn't want to, I think she was white, Latino, but she didn't want to lock me up. But the white guy locked me up. It was nothing to him. He was a bitch about it. He was a big bitch about it. And a few years back now. But he was a bitch about it. And that right there let me know that there's a lot of police brutality, a lot of things going on, and they just don't give a fuck and they don't care. He felt he was just doing his job. If I beat somebody's ass and no one died, I mean, can you let me go? But, you know, laws is laws, and that's how. But if I resisted, he probably would have shot me in front of my kids in that apartment. So yeah, there are a lot of KKKs that are in the police force. I experienced that shit when they took my kids. I noticed that the white people would love the pleasure to see a black woman lose their kids to, you know, the system. And we have a lot of Uncle Toms. Let's get that true and real. While I'm in the bathroom getting ready suited and booted, we got a lot of Uncle Toms that's in the court system that loves to see their own kind lose their children. Oh man, the list goes on and on. I could give y'all some stories. But there's a lot of KKKs in the police force, and unfortunately, there's a lot of KKKs in the police force. And T-Love social media have seen how the system move. And by me looking at that George Floyd video, it took me back when I got locked up. And what that white cop did when I was dealing with a boyfriend of mine and one of my kids' dads. And I got locked up. And unfortunately, I got out. But that was God. But the police brutality thing and all this thing, there are definitely some KKKs. They're just hidden because they keep a very, very low profile. Be mindful. Don't sleep on this shit. Be mindful. They are out on the prowl. And one thing I would like to say before this video cut off. How can you be racist and God is not a black man? Do you know the brown and black people were the first people to emerge the world? We all know that. We don't have a problem with white people at all. We got a problem with white people who hate black people, who just don't like the color of our skin. And the funny part about it, why would you want to have just one race when you can have Asians, Spanish, black? We all can be one race. See, race doesn't define who you are. The color of your skin doesn't define who you are. You can be anybody you want to be, color, and still be loved. You know, they took land from us black people, really the Native Americans. We helped the Native Americans build this, and they took that shit from the blacks and the Native Americans. When our people came over here, they enslaved us. We never was on a slave ship. When we came over here, they traded us, and we became slaves. And some of our people today don't even know who are their lost slave families are because of these racist people. These, because racism was real heavy in the South, you know, worse than the East Coast. So once we came to America, we came to the South. Like if we came from Puerto Rico and they saw we were dark, they put us on a boat. If we came from Asia and we didn't look like them, they accepted us. But some of us came from China. Chinese people was on the boat too. They were getting slaved too. So they just trying to fall back. Most of them trying to fall back like nothing happened. And they don't want to acknowledge that they were on the boat too. I don't get that. You don't want, but you want to kiss the white person ass. And be mindful that Chinese and Asian people, I fucks with some Chinese and Asian people. I love them. I'm not racist. But the ones, for some reason, they got Caucasian in their blood. Do your research. But for some reason, some of them don't bother us because most of them be racist too. But the ones that I've came across, they wasn't racist. So let's just be mindful that some of them are racist and they're trying to buy up everything in Africa. But majority of them are racist, but majority of them not. So it's kind of 50-50 balance. But when I seen that George Floyd video, I was like, wow, unfucking believable. This just goes to show you that we're living in a racist world. People will never change. My heart goes out to his family.